is right around the corner for many of you, and so for a new school year, it's always a really great idea to get yourself a planner if your school doesn't already provide you with one, because having a planner for the academic school year is something that I found for me personally just keeps your entire life in order. You can do it like on your phone. You can find a variety of different planners. You can even bullet journal. There are all sorts of ways to manage your time and keep track of everything you have going on in your busy life as a student. So I decided to make this video for anyone who really wants to start planning their time but isn't really sure where to start or how to exactly go about doing that. If you want to start using a planner, the obvious thing to do is to purchase one. I would first recommend doing your research on all the different brands and types that are offered out there. These are just a couple of the more popular ones I've seen. There's this brand Filofax that makes these leather binder system planners, and the brand kikki.K also makes planners that are similar to this. Both basically allow you tons of flexibility. You can spend time making your own inserts and dividers and really making a system that is completely your own, and that's great for people who have a lot of time to invest in their planner. And if you don't have as much time, you can always go for something like the Happy Planner, which is a disc-bound system. So if you have things hole punched, you can pop it right in. So it's sort of a hybrid binder. And they basically are very, very cute and colorful. And so you don't have to spend much time decorating if you don't want to. But this is a great option for someone who wants the flexibility of being able to insert their own things along with the planner. And many of you already know about Erin Condren. Their planners are very, very popular. That they're basically like spiral bound notebooks with a lot of different color options and themes, and really it gets down to deciding what's best for you, if you need a weekly view or a daily view or a monthly view, and really deciding what you think will help you keep your own life in order. So I really quickly just wanted to go over why I personally picked to use the Hobonichi Cousin as my main planner, because before I bought it, I spent a good couple of months researching and comparing, watching like YouTube videos and listening to different reviews from a bunch of different people on all sorts of planners. And so I'm so happy I decided to go with this one because it has so many different views. It has the yearly overview with like the vertical months that I really wanted to track different things with my health, and I wanted to have monthly overviews that were in like the traditional box calendar format, so I could plan in advance and I wouldn't have to create the whole layout like I did with my bullet journal. And I really wanted a lot of space for each day. I found that when I used my school's provided agenda, I had only about like 2 or 3 inches horizontally across the page to write down all of my assignments and all of my to-dos, and I found I was constantly writing in the margins and stuff like that. So I really just wanted a system that I could have as much space as I needed for each day, which is why having the Hobonichis each one day per page worked so well for me. And I also just really loved like the minimalistic design of the planner itself, so I can make it however I would like it to be. So I really hope that all of you guys can kind of find a planner that you think would work really well for you as well. If you find that you're too overwhelmed to really commit to having one notebook for the entire school year, or planners just aren't really your thing, then I would definitely recommend looking at something like these planning pads from Bloom Daily Planners. I found this one on the left. It has all sorts of different categories. It has like your top 3 priorities, important times and events for the day, things to buy, what you're grateful for, a whole to-do list, a place that you can track your water, which is so important, and you can also track your exercise and your meals. And so even just having something like this, or even creating something similar online, would definitely be beneficial to anyone who really wants to start getting really efficient about how they use their time each day. And same with just any to-do list ever. So that is something that is an alternative for someone who isn't really into a specific like a daily and weekly planner. Again, going off the to-do list idea, if you don't need all sorts of weekly and monthly views for a planner, you can easily just start a bullet journal, which I have done a video about previously. It is such a great system. I don't use it for my first intended purpose anymore, but I found that it was a system that worked really, really well for me for a really long time, and it's so easy to just start because all you need is just a notebook and a pen. So that's also a really great option. If you guys don't really know what bullet journaling is, I'll link a playlist of videos up above for anyone who wants to get started with that. Once you've decided on a planning system that you want for yourself, I would definitely suggest to try implementing a color code system or a key that is very similar to one you would put in a bullet journal, because as soon as I started color coding my tasks and assignments and events, all of a sudden I just felt like I could quickly see at a glance what I had going on. You can make a color key either by using highlighters and just use a normal black pen in your planner and go back over it later and just highlight different things in different colors, or you can do what I've done in my bullet journal and planner, which is just to use different colored pens to symbolize different aspects of your life. And the nice thing about having a color key is that you can change it whenever you want and make it stand for whatever works for you. So that's something that would be awesome in any planner that you decide to use. Of course, many of you have seen pictures and little videos of my planner and bullet journal, both on my Snapchat and Instagram, but I definitely am a strong believer in post-it notes and page flags. I think that it is so useful to have a couple on hand, so if you have a huge exam in 2 weeks time, you can quickly just jot it down on a little post-it note, put it down so it really stands out in your mind so you don't have the ability to really overlook it. And so I find those are also great to prioritize different things, and it's definitely useful to have in a planner, but is by no means necessary at all. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel